back again. No Gar.
We have someone better, though.
Yes.
The true hero of Castranger.
Robolane? Yeah, I know he's the true hero.
No. Someone far better. Who has served us for many faithful years.
Oh.
And improved our lives. Talking, of course, about Aircaster.
Yes. Aircaster, would you like to cue the roll call for us?
Wow, that segue blew.
We are live!
Connect. Loading. Broadcast.
Tempered Zeal! Bluecaster, Super Ichi!
Loud and impulsive. Greycaster, late.
A spark of courage, the power of dreams. Orange Caster, Global Soft Perka.
Power of anime runs through my veins. Crimson Caster, Show Raven.
Broadcasting hundreds of opinions across the world!
Radio Sentai Castranger.
Welcome to Radio Sentai Castranger, episode 295.
So for those who don't know us, we are a delicious group of
We are a
nerds
smattering.
from nerds of Toronto who love talking about Toku every single week.
Since Blaze isn't with us, he gave the honors of the Pokemon of the week to you.
Yes, so it is episode Explode!
How fitting.
Because I'm the loud one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's debatable.
And I actually like Explode, because he's really cool.
Alright, so for those who have not heard us before, thank you for tuning in. We talk about Kamen Rider and Super Sentai usually, but since the shows are currently on hiatus, though that hiatus will be ending shortly, in lieu of 01 and Pure Major, our topics this week are going to be, as per the vote that we ran over the last week, the first two episodes of Senki Zesshou Symphogear, a very tokusatsu-like anime that Raven and myself and Emily have watched and enjoyed.
I've
Yes.
never seen it ever.
And this is a great excuse to make Lane watch it.
Yep.
I mean,
It's
the only...
Perfect.
I only wish that Gar was also here so we could force feed it to him.
Yeah.
The only scene from Symphogear that I've ever seen was just like they were on a ship, they were about to
the
crash on a
spaceship?
mountain.
Yes, because
and
I
they're
made
just performing
a-
on a mountain.
Because I frigging made a point of showing you the opening to season 3.
Yeah,
yes.
that was the opening to GX.
That was the opening. That was literally the opening scene to season 3.
I'm just like, oh.
Yep.
Because that scene was so over the top, I just brought it in and just showed everybody. Because I'm just like, look at this glorious
this thing!
shit. Look at it!
And aside from that, our feature topics will be the Kamen Rider 01 Hyper Battle video and Taro special.
Oh boy, these reminded me of how silly and fucking amazing Hyper Battle videos still can be.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But before we get into that, make sure everyone listening, if you have not yet used Skip the Dishes, that you check out our code in the description. You can get $5 off your first order, and it feeds the Castrangers.
Sympho skip.
Symph the Dishes. Wow, that fucked up. And of course, if you're listening to this on the day it came out, the Saturday, make sure to drop a comment about how you're one of our premium Fat Cast fans for listening to the show before the day when the next episode would have aired.
No, not simp the dish. God,
No!
I hate that
I
word.
knew that was going to come up as soon as I said
hate that word.
Yeah. Cool. Let's get into Symphogear.
Symphogear!
Holy crap, we're finally doing Symphogear.
So, Symphogear.
So,
For those
can
who
I
don't-
just
you wanna
say,
leave us in?
Ichi,
Yeah.
your choice of background for the episode is spoilerific as shit for Lane.
A little bit. I couldn't find one with just them.
Yeah, I guess.
I showed him the character.
Yeah,
I mean, speaking of spoilers, like, apparently the main character dies at some point. That gravestone showed differently.
So episode 1 starts with Miku at Hibiki's grave.
Yep.
You know, the grave of the main character in a 5-season anime!
Right.
Yeah.
Right. See,
I missed something here.
I can't actually sing. I felt like I had to do that. Like it was just like if we're doing Symphogear, I have to do the transformation song, but
Yeah, that's one of my... I love that. Like, to Henshin in this show, they had to sing this little German verse. But
it's
yeah,
actually mostly gibberish, except
yeah, it
for,
is.
Oh.
Like
the
it's
names of
supposed.
their
Yeah.
relics. Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like some ancient, undecipherable language,
Oh.
so it's actually mostly gibberish, and that goes for
It
a
sounds
lot
German.
of stuff in this show too.
It sounds
Yes,
German.
I feel like they
It's
took a
just
lot of inspiration
like-
from that sort of
Yeah.
thing.
It's just sort of like something, something, something. The name of my weapon, something, something.
Yeah, basically.
Alright, but
Yeah.
we're getting ahead of ourselves. So for those who might not know anything about this show, we need to start at the beginning. Link put his hand up.
Yeah. And I saw somebody mention, it's like, wait, dies or Toku dies? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
My initial reaction to this show was very much, oh, wow, man, it's really hard to get attached to the main character when you already know that that's happening.
yeah.
And then the last episode happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, well,
So, just to take a step back and talk about this show. So, Senki Zesshou Symphogear is an anime that started back in 2012. The idea is that it's about basically magical girls who are fighting heartless-like creatures made of sound called noise, and their armor and weaponry are powered by music. So the gimmick is they sing their own battle themes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it boosts their power by doing so.
Yeah.
Which makes it rather confusing when you really think about the team up and versus fights.
Yeah.
Where, okay, which one's singing?
Yeah.
Aren't they realistically both singing?
Which is great when the show eventually starts doing duets.
Yes.
So I will say, for a anime that's supposed to be totally themed around music, the music in this anime is quite fucking good.
Oh, the
Oh,
music
it
is
is
so fucking
incredible.
good.
Super good.
All around, they went all out with
Cell
that.
was watching with us, and even he was fucking impressed with how good the music
No,
was in this.
the music
I
in
just-
this show is just great.
I
And-
just have to say that this show is. Please, like, don't hold back on it or on criticizing it if you have criticisms or anything. But I honestly think that this show is really, really close to being completely perfect.
The only thing that I would, if I had to pick something to criticize, and this is just speaking from a Western culture perspective, there's a lot of implied nudity shots of high school girls, which some might take issue with.
We had magical girl transformations in
And
Yeah,
that's
but I meant more so in terms of the tone, the characters, the music,
there's
the
a lot more.
theme.
There's a lot more blood in the early series than I remember.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
doesn't do a Madoka style bait and switch or anything like that. It just outright tells you that this is going to have a sort of bittersweet tone from the very, very first scene.
Yeah.
Which funny you should mention Madoka considering the main voice actress.
Yeah. Also, before anyone says anything, yes, two of the main characters are named Hibiki and Kanade, just like the two main characters of Sweet Freakier because of the music reference.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hibiki does mean echo.
But, like, the thing that, like, bothered me the most is the 2 episodes we watched, which is, like, it's so minor, it shouldn't fucking matter, but it does. Just, like, they're in a scene where they're in their classroom, and it's, like, a giant fucking schoolroom with a bunch of desks, but then, like, the way to get up and down from the desks is, like, just, like, a solid ramp.
There's like the aisles between the
Yeah.
desks.
It's a university lecture hall
Yeah,
setup.
that.
No,
That's
I
what
know,
it is.
but usually they have stairs.
And there is.
Even
No,
the designs
actually.
of
No,
the
it's just a
whole
ramp.
world.
I just feel like if you trip on that ramp, you're done.
This is entirely a different world. Everything looks very
I-
neo-futuristic.
Yes, it has a very cool, futuristic, very much me aesthetic, so I'm a bit biased too.
Also, one thing I have to say is it's so hilarious to see that the public's like lockdown procedures to monster attacks is much less serious than the real world's lockdown response to the invasion.
No, and like the whole time they're like saying like, and like Ichi can freaking quote me on this, but like the whole time they're just like, oh, make sure not to tell anyone. Oh, you gotta sign these release forms not to say you never saw it happen. And I'm just like, gee, I wonder how long that fucking lasts for.
First and foremost, apparently the vast majority of people in the world actually know about the noise. That's not what they're keeping on the down low. It's the
Symphogears.
Yeah.
Oh.
And how long does that last? About 2 seasons.
Oh.
Well, I think what you asked me was, we saw that scene where Hibiki and Miku are in their house, and she's like thinking of telling Miku about the Symphogear stuff, but then doesn't, and you're like, how long does that last? And I'm
Not
like,
even the full season.
Not even the first season.
No.
and I know that for a fact because I remember what happens at the end of the first season.
Oh yeah. Like, just, yeah.
Like, if I had to have one thing to criticize about this, is just... They, like, the cutting to different stuff was weird. Because, like, there's a one scene where you see, like, Hibiki, like, you know, she sees some, like, she's going in line to, like, get, like, a CD or something like that. And then, like, everyone's turned to ash, whatever, like that. And then just, it cuts to her running out of the other side of an alley, and she has this little girl with her, and I'm like, where did she come from? She was never there!
Yeah, the first episode is kind of jarring in a couple places.
Weird cut. They
Yeah.
The show's still
hear
finding its footing.
You hear someone crying out, and then you next see her, she has the girl with her already.
Yeah. There's almost none of that in later episodes and seasons.
Yeah, like, I feel like as the show, because, like, it had 5 seasons, so I'm betting as the show progressed, it just got, like, better and better with its production.
Because here's what happened. Season 1, as Kaguya is saying on the chat right now, they had absolutely no budget, basically, for this. So they just kind of slapped it together, and it was just kind of, they made it what they could.
Yeah.
And then this show made bank. And season 2 and 3, and geez, this show got progressively higher and higher budget.
Yep.
And the major thing, yeah, exactly. They weren't expecting to have multiple seasons of this, and now we are at we are 5 seasons in on this now.
It's weird because they, like, this is them not at full capacity, and it's already this freaking awesome.
Yeah. So
the one thing that they definitely... Oh, sorry.
No, go for it. I want to hear what you said.
One thing that definitely is the biggest improvement, in my opinion, is the transformation sequences.
You mean the fact that season 2 actually got them?
Yeah.
Yeah, they go from sort of just, there's a silhouette and then the armor is there, to, in the second season, being, I would legitimately say, the best Magical Girl transformations I've seen in anything.
I love them.
Yeah.
Like, Ichi showed me,
live to watch. Like, it's just so good.
I kind of went into a little more spoiler territory and showed him the henshins of Kirika and Chris from season 5. Just
Kirika is fucking... Oh my god.
Right?
Go look that up if you guys are interested for a very cool transformation sequence. Oh my god.
Kirika isn't my favorite character.
If I interrupted.
It's okay. Kirika isn't my favorite character, but Kirika has my favorite power set. Igalima is fucking badass.
Yeah. So, my thing, what happened with this show, nobody really expected it to do well, but I think, because back when this show first came out, which I believe season 1 was 2011?
2012.
Was that?
I looked it up. At least that's what Google says.
I seem to recall this being, like, immediately the season after Madoka.
I mean,
which I believe was season 11.
If someone else,
2011.
If someone can confirm that.
But yeah, I think it was somewhere around there. Anyways, 2011, 2012, whatever. But so what happened here, and this show kind of ended up paving the way for stuff like Love Live immediately thereafter.
Yeah,
because
the original season aired in January 6, 2012.
Okay,
yeah.
So the main thing that happened here, and that's why I'm saying this kind of paved the way for stuff like Love Live, because this was one of the first anime that really made most of its money off of the CDs.
Yeah.
Like,
so it happens when you write good music.
Right? It's like they made money just most of the way that anime works these days is whether or not a show gets another season is based on the Blu-ray sales of the previous season.
Yeah.
That's pretty well it. That is the hands down. Yes, Kaguya Carol's songs are amazing. Anyways, the way most animes get greenlit for another season is the Blu-ray sales. That is, like, hands down the way they tell whether or not the show makes money. The thing with Symphogear is, though, with all of that music in there and how good it is,
the CDs
sold so well, and there were so many of them because
they did
by
an album
nature,
for each character.
Yeah, by nature, every character got their own single, and then there was the big show soundtrack too, and oh boy, this show made money on the CDs, and they sat there and went, wow. This made a lot of money just on the music.
Yep.
Let's greenlight season 2 and add like double the number of characters.
Yes, they also have a gacha mobile game which
is now canceled in North America.
Which came to America for a couple of months and then closed down, and I'm sad.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh man. I'm just gonna say this right now too with Symphogear. My biggest regret of doing this on this show is the fact that by nature we have to start talking about season 1.
Yeah.
When season 1 is quite the worst of all of the seasons of this show.
I will say, Hibiki kind of screamed Deku with me.
Like, she's that
she's a simple, normal girl, like, you know, idolizes one of, like, the what's her face?
Idolizes the hero because she was saved by them.
Yeah, Tsubasa.
Gets into a crisis, walks out of it with superpowers.
Oh, no, Tsubasa was the one that died.
No, Kanade was the one that died.
Oh, yeah. So, Tsubasa, like, she idolizes Tsubasa, and then Tsubasa's kind of just,
It was so nice to see Kanade again.
Yeah.
I had to hold back.
It's so nice to see Kanade again, you know, aside from every single time Tsubasa ever had any sort of doubt in herself throughout the entire series.
You know what I mean, actually seeing her, not in fucking flashbacks.
And then just the whole, I guess, all of season 1, just Tsubasa just looks at Hibiki, just like, I fucking
it's
hate
not
you.
yours.
If it wasn't for you, she'd still be alive.
Yep, that I like it. As you get further into the show, obviously, Tsubasa kind of warms up to her and kind of more just starts respecting her.
Speaking of, during the scene before their concert, it was so weird to see Tsubasa all fucking like, hello, Kanade!
Right?
I'm like, oh my god!
A personality shift.
Oh my gosh, the effects, the ceiling opening, the lights, oh my gosh, the song, everything about this is just, yes, number 1, cool.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah. No, man. Just the personality shift on Tsubasa from, like, first episode to where we are now in season 5 has been...
Oh, man.
Woo!
And then you got, like, Genjiro, who's, like, this Axel-looking...
Oh, I love Genjiro so much.
He does some fun shit.
Genjiro is the amazing moment of, I can technically do this shit myself.
I don't even know punk-ass Symphogear.
I love him so much. He's just... I am so badass. I could probably be doing this myself, but it's actually safer for you girls.
Yeah.
Oh. Huh.
Lane took particular note of the fact that he had his tie tucked into his pocket.
Yeah, no, that's his thing. You know, the commander who's wants to just walk out there and do things himself and help out, but can't because you're the commander. Stay here.
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing. You know, you got Ryoko, who's like the scientist chick.
I love her. She's fun.
Yep, that's it. Scientist chick.
His name is Sakurai, so I just kept thinking about the one from Nintendo.
Yeah,
that's the joke Cell made while he was here.
I felt so sad for Hibiki, where like she goes down or whatever like that, and like obviously she's asking her for like a medical exam, and she's like, did you take off your clothes? She's like, what?
Cut to next day. Cut to hours later, she comes home sore.
Yeah, and it was so sad that like her roommate or whatever like that she lives with. Yeah, it's just like she's just like,
I was really worried about you.
Yeah, and I was like, and she starts like hugging her and like cuddling her in bed. She's like you're really warm and stuff. I'm like,
they have like the most genuine, wholesome friendship.
Yeah,
it's like they seem pretty sweet together. So
yeah, just scientists.
Shut up.
That's it. Shut up.
Oh,
Lane hasn't watched that much further into it yet. Don't ruin that one. Though frankly, rewatching season 1, you understand exactly how obvious
Yeah.
what happens.
Is it like some kind of like Yoruichi thing where it's just like, oh,
Not really.
Okay.
You'll find out, but know very well that while I didn't catch a lot of it first watch through, holy shit, is it obvious in retrospect?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's one of those things.
It's, oh man, they weren't hiding that well early on in the show. How did I not notice this?
Fucking wall patterns as they go down the elevator.
Yeah. It's like, man, it was really obvious in retrospect, but hey.
The wall patterns also look like volume when you're playing music and you have like the bars showing the
equalizer?
different values. Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny, Cell was trying to remember the word equalizer too when he was talking about the henshins.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so aside from having the power to fight the noise, the other thing that the Symphogears have that becomes a plot point at many different parts of the show is the swan song, the Zesshou.
Zesshou of the title, yes.
The ability to unlock all of the Symphogear unit's power without, whether you're able to channel it properly or not.
And at the cost of your life, apparently.
Most of the time, this is a pretty, I'm giving you all of my life force move.
Okay, so here's the thing. The way that this, up front, yes, the Zesshou, or Swan Song as I see it subtitled a lot, does get introduced as a kill yourself for this big attack sort of thing. It's kind of not, actually.
They get better at it.
No,
Okay.
it's more to the point, well, there's the thing. The way that it actually works at the end of the day, Kaguya, is not that it's supposed to do that, it's just that Kanade was in a really, really shit position in episode 1.
Yeah.
Where she died, she died because she was running on Linker, and not only that, because she hadn't taken her Linker.
Right.
She was running fully on adrenaline and using the Swan Song just...
Yeah.
She couldn't do anything beyond
Let's
that.
not get into the linker stuff. That's all plot stuff for later.
Yeah, but anyways, there are other characters who are more actually attuned to their Symphogear units, don't suffer as much blowback from it.
Yeah.
It still puts them down for a while, but it doesn't it doesn't kill them.
Okay.
Speaking of, I had forgotten that when Hibiki first awakens Gungnir at the end of episode 1, you start to see that anti-form side.
God, yeah, no, they just went full out. No, this is a thing.
She went all Akira,
this.
like Akira-style machinery came out of her.
Yeah. They just showed Hibiki basically doing an Akira with with all the pieces.
Which is really neat, just to show, no, she is not fully in control of this right now.
Yeah.
It was also really cute that she starts when she starts fighting and playing around, fighting and stuff like that, she starts, her battle theme kicks in, and so she starts singing her battle theme, and it reminded me of Precure when they jump really high, and she's like, oh, I'm jumping really high, what the hell?
I actually forgot that she basically does the Precure jump in the first.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so she starts singing her song, and she's she's just like, what? She's just singing it.
If you notice, Hibiki's initial song in the show is actually based off of Kanade's.
It's the same song with slightly changed lyrics.
Oh.
So it's and there's a reason for that.
Yeah,
but
it's her.
Yeah,
it's so cool that on the soundtracks you can get the song that you can have the Hibiki version and the Kanade version.
Yeah, because they were explained that from a medical exam that she has a bunch of fragments of her
when
Symphogear in her.
Yeah, when Kanade was defending her and her spear broke, it
wasn't
the noise that almost killed Hibiki. It was the chunks of the spear that right into her chest.
It was sad and mind-blowing just seeing her just get hit and just fucking blood just splattering
like
out
I
of her.
said, I forgot how bloody this was.
Very pink blood, actually.
Yeah.
Not as pink as Danganronpa.
Yeah.
No, not quite Danganronpa. It was somewhere between Danganronpa and eating a lot of blueberries.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you are really interested in Symphogear lore and how shit works, there is a website / blog out there called Genjiro's Angels that is actually an absolute wealth of info, because the guy who runs it, and been following him on Twitter long before he started doing it, but he's the guy who got me into this show, basically. He takes all the little things they write about the show and all the DVD inserts and all the like bonus material on the Japanese website, translates it and puts it on his thing in English.
Cool.
So you can really just read through that for ages and just read all the stuff and all the little intricate details, which makes a lot of the stuff in this show on second watch very, very deep.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of things that we wouldn't be able to get if it weren't for people like him actually translating it, so...
Yeah. But...
Thank you, dude.
Yeah, exactly. But... Anyways, yeah, so the whole thing with Hibiki is that little shard of Gungnir that almost killed her is still stuck in her chest because they couldn't remove it without potentially killing her.
She's Iron Man!
Yeah, well, so whereas every other Symphogear user in the entirety of the show has a little pendant that is the relic, hers is stuck in her chest, and it's actually changing her body structure a little bit every time she uses it to make but it also makes her like one of the most attuned to the Symphogear unit people in the entirety of the series. Okay. Because she's literally become one with the thing, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's because she only has like a fragment of like her power or whatever
so
like that.
she's
It's not like she's not gonna have a spear or anything like that.
No, well, yeah, she can never seem to manifest the spear like other people with the Gungnir fragments.
So instead, she punchy.
Yeah, she punches. But she manages to pull off the same sort of with the gauntlets.
Okay.
She 100% figures out how to use the gauntlets as a weapon to the same degree.
And Tsubasa, holy shit.
Swords!
Swords!
Swords
Giant sword! Ring of swords!
Variation of a cool sword. She has every variation
Swords
of
for
a cool
days!
sword.
Yes. Gigantic sword that might as well be a wall.
Yeah.
And then like she has like a fucking like technique that just like summons like a fucking rainstorm of swords.
Yeah.
The fucking Rakshasa.
Yeah, where Tsubasa's like the skill. Yeah, thing. She has worked her butt off like over all the years she's been doing this, and it's just she's like the most skilled of them. Hibiki can get the most power out of her Symphogear unit more than anyone else. Mm-hmm. So she's got the pure out power, and of course that third character you can see in the background thing is obviously the ranged fighter.
Yeah, you got power, skill, and AOE.
Yeah,
AOE.
That third character is my favorite character.
Hero, yes.
Yeah.
For reasons.
Yeah.
Maybe if we talk more about the show, you'll get to formally introduce.
Yes. I mean, she'll show up sooner than later.
Yeah.
I just remember the first time I showed Ichi this show.
Yeah.
And we were watching like a bunch of episodes, and we were just about to get to the episode where Chris got introduced into it.
Oh, man.
Yeah, no, I've seen that shot before.
Yeah, the anime made it pretty clear.
Yeah. So, I was showing Ichi the series.
Boy.
Yeah. I was showing this series to Ichi ages ago, like at his place. And and it's late at night, probably like 2 or 3 in the morning at this point. Ichi's fading fast. Uh-huh. And the next episode is where they introduce Chris. And I'm just like, no, trust me. You want to see one more episode, Ichi. And he's like, okay, one more, and then I'm going to bed. And literally the next episode happens where they introduce Chris and really show off what she can do. And it's like, oh, I understand now.
Yeah. There's a character named Chris, and Chris
like,
is my
I
name.
get it. And she's like everything Ichi wants in a character in this show.
Hibiki has fists. Tsubasa has swords. Chris has guns.
And crossbows.
Guns and crossbows!
Yeah, I was like,
all of the shooty things!
But yeah, no, looking at that picture...
And boobs!
Looking at that picture, that's the first thing I noticed, too, was like, they did a back shot of her, and I'm just like, holy shit, Hibiki's got a well-toned ass!
Well, yeah, she's a fist fighter.
Damn!
To quote Jacksepticeye, damn! She's thick as fuck!
Oh, I'm so glad we brought Jack into my life. He's
Yeah.
so good.
for those who might not have seen the other seasons, to keep you interested, these are not the only Symphogear users. I won't go into details, but there's plenty more!
Many more characters added to this show.
So, there's a flavor of Power Ranger for everyone.
Question. So I know that from what we've seen so far, like, the noise are just bunches of creatures. Is there, like, people behind the noise? Are we going to see, like, villain like character? Okay.
No. Okay, let me Okay, Lane?
I know you're like, I want to tell you everything, but I can't!
Lane, the answer to your question is yes, about several different kinds of yes.
Okay, cool. Well,
you may or may not already have met one of them.
Okay, so, like, I looked it up, so there's, like, 13 episodes per season, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's, like, 65 episodes. I can watch that.
Yeah, binge it.
Yeah,
it's good.
Maybe each of you and I can like have like a binge night. We'll watch like a season or something.
Get yourself about 27 episodes in and watch Hibiki suplex the space shuttle.
Oh yeah.
This show only gets more awesome from here somehow.
Oh,
so I've heard.
No, it's the problem was, like I said, season 1, low budget, and the writing on the writing end of things, they like to get a little too Vegas, yes. Trust me.
Keep watching the show. You'll see.
The opening to season 3 is one of the most over-the-top things I have ever seen in anime, and it is amazing. Trust me, the suplexing of a spaceship is by far not the most insane thing that happens in that scene.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and like the fighting seems like from like I know this is season 1 or whatever, and like you guys saying like it's like low budget, but like still like the fighting looks interesting.
It still looks great.
Yeah,
but the thing is, on the other side of that,
budget if I didn't know.
The writing thing, with this whole show is the season 1 really liked to try and play politics, and the writers really weren't good at it.
Yeah,
that was the one thing about this show that really just kind of threw me off season 1. The politics was always like, no, why? Why is that? Why would that work like that?
And now, and like...
That is kind of a thing, but it becomes less and less important.
As the show goes on, they start focusing on that less and less, and shit just goes, hey, guess what? We're just going to make this as over-the-top and action-packed as we can.
Yep.
I'm like, yep, thank you.
Sing and flip through the sky and do things.
Oh yeah.
Well, I will say like these first 2 episodes were very good at explaining like the premise of like what you're getting into.
Explaining
so
what
that's
the Symphogear is.
Yeah.
I did love though just like the kind of just freaking like Hibiki meeting up or whatever, and then it's like all right, we need you to come back down. She just gets handcuffed. What? Cuts to her in the elevator.
They cuff her again.
Yeah.
I was saying it would have been extra funny if they also like cuffed her mouth. That way she can't sing.
I mean, in this case, it makes sense,
right?
But yeah, no. The other thing, and I really, really adore this series as a whole because of all like the little details they do in the background of everything.
Yeah.
And one of the things that, if you're really paying attention, it's probably super obvious, but the songs are a lot more important to pay attention to the lyrics of than you might initially think.
Okay.
It's not just their battle themes. The description for this is their songs are basically an uncontrollable thing. When using the Symphogear unit, basically the music starts playing and they just kind of unwittingly start singing.
Which is why Hibiki sings the first time she henshins, even though she wouldn't know to.
And the whole point of it is they describe it in a side special thing as the songs are basically their true feelings laid bare. So they're not holding anything back. And it's like watching a musical and a character walks in and introduces themselves with a musical number.
Okay, I have to know something. One big question. Do they do a karaoke episode? They ever go to a karaoke place?
I think so, but I don't think
they have to!
Okay, look, there's
My
a
memory's
concert.
bad.
There's a couple concerts, including a
I
school.
have to sing cold jail nights.
Yeah, yeah. There's a couple of there's like a school concert thing where they do stuff.
Yeah.
And, you know.
Oh god, the fucking.
Oh right, that karaoke one, the one where Tsubasa gets up to the mic, everybody is freaked because the pop idol is going to do karaoke with us.
Right.
And then she proceeds to stop and enka.
Right, I remember!
And that is an absolutely mind-blowing moment for me, because I know the voice actress who plays Tsubasa, Nana Mizuki, got her start as an enka singer.
Yeah.
So she is actually, that is something she is vocally trained to do.
And that sort of leads into something I wanted to briefly touch on. What's really interesting about the fact that there are multiple Symphogear users is, if you listen close, each of their styles of music
Is
notably
different.
differ.
Yeah, they do slightly different musical styles, and a lot of times based off of, where the weapon they're using came from in some way.
Yeah, because like if you listen to Hibiki's music, you can hear a lot of bagpipes.
Yeah, well, that's the weird point for me, where they took the Viking artifact and basically the music's Celtic.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, that's a little
it's
weird.
close enough, right?
That's a little,
Yeah. Then you have Tsubasa, who's got mostly traditional Japanese-sounding music.
Yeah. Yeah, very traditional Japanese, very enka
Yeah.
music, which I can understand why they got Nana Mizuki to voice her for that.
Their music styles also fit their fighting styles.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Chris being the very angry one.
Traditional music.
Yeah, Chris being the very angry one has a lot of like heavy metal and rock styled music going for her.
Yep.
Certain forms later on have basically a dubstep remix to the song.
Yep. And here's another reason why Chris is my favorite. Her relic is named Ichigo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
for some reason that never came to me. Like I never thought of all the similarities.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird.
It's that moment of, oh hey, this character.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I love the music in this show so much. Some of my favorite songs from this series definitely come from seasons 2 and 3, though.
Yeah, same.
Season 1 music is great. Season 2 and 3 knock it out of the freaking park. Absolutely. It really does.
Absolutely.
Season 4, some of the songs are fine.
But yeah, one or two of them I have.
I feel like after the high point that was season 2 and 3, the songs in season 4 kind of suffered a little from comparison.
Yeah. The season 4 ones in particular seem like they're trying to reduplicate the successful songs from the previous
season 3. Yeah, especially the 3 of them in the first episode.
Yep.
That was like, okay, I get what you were going for, but that is nowhere close to their one from season 3.
Yeah. We're not going to click on spoilers for Lane's sake.
Yeah, for Lane's sake, we're not going to look at that right now. Yeah. But, yeah, no. And
so yeah, Symphogear, very fun series.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it seems interesting. So, and the way you guys are like talking about how it just gets better and better, and makes me curious.
Yeah. Not that I always like being that guy who has to go, you have to keep watching, it gets better, I swear.
Right.
But like, there's reasoning behind that this time.
Yeah, and just as a side note for anybody who is planning to watch this now that we've been talking about it, because I know there's a couple guys in our Discord who heard a couple things we said and went, holy shit, I need to watch more.
Yeah.
That comment I made about the songs and what they are and how they're their hearts laid bare, basically, is also the reason why there aren't a whole lot of duets going on in the first season.
Yep.
Because their songs are such intensely personal things that you don't just mesh.
Yeah, they don't
Everybody's doing their own thing. Everybody's doing what they're doing for a different reason. Personalities don't mesh, and duets don't. But as the series progresses and everyone gets closer and everyone becomes a more functioning team, duets start happening.
It's like oh, maybe it will be more powerful if we sing together.
It actually is.
Yeah.
It's a straight up. Yep, that happens. Kaguya, 2 songs that actually combine to become one song.
That are like question and answer to each other. Yeah.
It works so fucking perfectly. Because you can take the one song and the second song, and you can actually overlay them, and they're like lyrics to each other's gaps.
It is one of the most holy shit moments in season 2. Where it's just, you've been hearing their songs separately the entire time, and they don't necessarily sound like they're the same, but then the 2 of them start singing at the same time, and it's just like, oh!
Yep.
It's just the harmony and the melody and harmony just kind of meld into each other and make just the full song. It's like, oh.
It's fucking gorgeous.
And it's even more perfect considering that both of their relics are weapons that come from the same god.
Yep.
So they're supposed to be a 2-in-1 thing. So having those two songs just meld together like that is absolutely amazing.
Also, like the minion noise look like Whalmer. They look like Whalmer or meat buns.
Can we also talk about how the noise are actually kind of terrifying?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like there's this one giant like pink one.
For
It
things,
looks so alien.
yeah, for things that look so absolutely comical and ridiculous, when you really actually stop to think what those things do, oh god, that's terrifying.
Like, you watch them straight up dissolve people.
Episode 1, we see them smother people to death and watch them dissolve.
Yes, people just straight up dust.
Yeah.
The minute these things touch them. And the Symphogear units shield the users from that effect, so that's the whole reason they're the anti-noise weapon, but you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the show seems pretty dope.
Any other closing thoughts before we move on?
I would definitely like to go over more of this show, and that's when Lane's a little more caught up. But you know,
Yeah.
like one of my favorite songs from season 2. Hibiki's only sings it once, ever,
Oh yeah.
And then goes immediately back to her other song afterwards because the song is no longer kind of relevant to the situation at hand. Ugh.
Oh, I can't just pick one favorite. There's so many good ones.
I know. There's so many good ones.
In these 2 episodes, though.
Oh,
But
yeah.
maybe do it from these 2 episodes. Which songs are your favorite?
I'd have to go with Kanade's song.
I personally, out of these ones, for season 1, I very much prefer Hibiki's second song, so we're not there yet.
Yeah.
I would personally say Tsubasa's song, but you know, the first season almost killed it for me in the first couple episodes because she never sings it for an extended period of time.
Yeah.
Half the time you hear the intro to the song, and by the time the song starts, the battle's already done, and she doesn't start singing it.
The fucking Zawai Wing song is pretty good too.
Oh yeah, no, that's really cool, and
The song that they actually sing live in
Yeah.
concert is amazing. It's,
I think
is it called Orbital Beat?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
It's a really good song too, and I think it's out of the 3 like open first episode concert songs from the first 3 seasons. I think it's like the second best of them.
I like Hibiki's song she sang.
It's a good song.
I like that it was just like she was doing it without kind of like unintentionally.
Is your first Satan Galaxy Cross?
No, I think that's my number.
Oh.
I think that's the 3rd for me. I like season 2's better.
Okay. Yeah, that one's pretty good. Yeah,
I like
so
season 3, so it's just trying to copy season 2 is a little too much.
Symphogear. If you like magical girls, transformations, implied nudity, because that's there.
Good anime music.
A lot of good music, and some interesting character personas as they develop throughout the show. Very good anime if you're looking for a nice 5-season ordeal. Alright, let's move on.
100% recommend this one.
Oh yeah, keep watching it, people. It's a good one.
Hopefully we can talk about it some more.
Yeah, I would love to, but that depends on if Lane watches it.
Fukkinhoukai, James, Zesshou.
Okay, so the 01 Hyper Battle video, the thing we've been holding off on for a while.
Boy! These are fun
Holding
and
off
silly.
on it so long that, oh man, Jin's still in his old form.
The Kid
Yeah.
Jin!
Nice.
0001!
Wow. So yeah, it starts with Jin, who seems to be frantically drawing pictures of Slippy from Star Fox. That's what it looks like, at least.
I think he was drawing the Magias.
Yeah, he was trying to like mix up Vicaria, Oniko, and Gairu.
And then like Arc made like a progress key.
He trips over a fucking wire, drops the 3 keys into some sort of electric conduit, and merges them into a question mark progress key. Why hasn't that been solved?
And he's like, "Oh, you're making new friends!" And he like runs off frantically.
I was kind of sad that it wasn't actually a fucking like mishmash of all three forms.
So I did get an Aruto Face of the Week.
Several.
So, yeah. Well, okay, like we get into the Taro episode. There were so many to choose from, I couldn't pick one, so pretty much every face Aruto makes in that special is an Aruto Face of the Week alone, but this one I got from the Hyper Battle video. I thought that was pretty good. And a second one I was gonna get was when his like hair blew up.
Yeah.
And like he had this face on it, that was pretty funny.
Yep. So Aruto and Izu are just out and about, and they happen upon a comedy duo doing their own version of Who's on First or whatever.
Yeah, Evan Costello.
And the fucking robot's name is Bokeh Taro, because Bokeh is a reference to the funny man as opposed to the straight man in a comedy duo.
Yeah.
Which is something we learned actually a little more in the Taro special.
Yep.
Because Taro calls him the straight man.
Oof.
It's funny, like they talk about like being a comedy duo, and Aruto actually goes into his past as a comedian, and like right before he said it, I'm like, oh, you used to have a partner? Did he leave because you suck? And then he's like, yeah, my partner quit because he didn't like my gags. Oh my god, I was kidding! I'm sorry!
I would have liked to see like a flashback of like him with his partner.
Right?
Nobody likes my jokes. And I lost my job.
Yeah, and then I was replaced by a robot, and meanwhile this asshole over here has made a duo with his robot. Why did Naruto do that?
That's interesting when you think about it too, is that like Aruto, like he's just become so dedicated to like helping human gears that like he's kind of almost doesn't care about being a comedian anymore.
Well, he still does his jokes every episode.
No, I know, and
that's chance he gets.
Yeah, that's like the remnants of like the comedian in him still. But like,
Yeah.
I feel like he's like, I'll be surprised if he's actually totally just like, no, not gonna try to be a comedian anymore. Like I'm human gears, dedicated to those.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Although we did see his comedian jacket hung up in his room during the Reiwa movie.
Yeah, no, Naruto had a room. That was surprising.
He lives somewhere?
Oh my god, he has a place to live.
Yeah. So Izu...
More than most riders.
Yeah. So Izu and him go through the what is Nakama conversation.
Oh god. I'm just like thinking of like me, like a joke I like to do sometimes. It's where like I say like Japanese words, but like in a really like white person way, where it's just like
you are my Tomodachi.
You are my Nakama, my totally Tomodachi, Mina-san.
Well, excuse me.
Yeah, it's like the girl from Danganronpa abridged.
Yeah.
I fucking like that's one of my favorite things in like an abridged series ever.
Yeah,
it's so funny.
Weeaboo Maizono.
Yeah, fucking all over. And then we just get like a thing where like Izu just like threatens to like dismantle her son. She takes like a giant like wrench to her neck.
No, that's later.
Yeah, but it's so
like
funny.
So Jin slams the Zetsumarizer on Bokeh Taro and he transforms into Vicaria, and then like 01 starts fighting him, but it takes him a while to remember that he couldn't beat him with Rising Hopper, and he tries to switch to Flaming Tiger, but apparently Izu grabbed the wrong fucking suitcase. Instead, she grabbed Fukuzoe's like vacation briefcase full of like a book of Australia and a bunch of
I guess he went to Australia?
Well, no, he went to a freaking hot spring.
Yeah, he went to a sauna or something.
I guess he was reading up on going to Australia?
He was just planning to bring a book with him to read while he's sitting in the fucking hot spring.
Oh, I guess so.
Yeah.
It's like, I love that, like, it shows, like, it cuts to him, like, it's just a guy sitting in the sauna, and it's like totally, it's like the Vice President's face is totally like photoshopped on there.
Yeah.
And then like it cuts, and then it shows
changes
like
to Aruto's face for a second.
Aruto's face. He's like, I knew it. It's like I knew he went to a fucking sauna. Yes, you did miss Extra Hellfire, but you made it to the show. I'm glad you finally made it. Yay!
Congrats, we're most of the way through the regular show too.
You've killed your constant non-watching streak.
So yeah, once the monster gets away and they go back to Hiden, Izu is so ashamed that she grabbed the wrong suitcase that she tries to commit seppuku by way of wrenching her fucking head off.
I was actually expecting like her head to come off and she was like holding her head. Or something.
Oh god, no! That would have been horrifying!
Well, no, because that would have just reminded me of that character from Tekken named like Alyssa Boskanovich, and she's like this like robot girl who has like chainsaw arms that come out of her, like Gundam, like jet booster wings, and then she has the ability to like take her head off and like fucking throw it at people. And, yeah, no, she like has a move where she takes her head off and throws it at you. It's great.
no!
Yeah, no, she's pretty awesome, pretty busted too.
Yeah, because her head's off. So, since the monster was able to transform between its different Magias, it used Vicaria, it used Oniko, and then it uses Gairu later. Apparently that confused the satellite to the point where it doesn't know what sort of progress key to make. So through a series of wacky happenings, the Kangaroo book from the suitcase lands in the 3D printer and it decides, fuck it, and prints the hopping
Kangaroo.
No, I just loved Aruto like fucking fighting with it.
Yeah, he like fucking jabs and wrestles
like,
the 3D printer arm, and I'm like, don't do that, you stupid asshole!
Piss off the satellite!
And then promptly shocks him.
But yeah, that's Alyssa Voskanovich.
Oh, her, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, imagine her just pulling your head off and throwing it at you.
Reminds me of Penny from Ruby.
I tried to actually learn how to play her, but she's a really complicated character. So.
So,
Aww, Hellfire Mr. Don't worry. You know what? We'll try to talk more about
vote
this.
for it again.
Oh, you know what?
We will gladly talk about more episodes.
I will vote for Symphogear next
yeah,
week.
also set an alarm for whatever 9 p.m. Eastern is for you, so you don't miss it.
Is it Eastern? I never remember whether Eastern, Pacific. I just know it's GMT.
No, we're in Eastern.
5.
We're Eastern.
Because we're like the middle, so.
It's because we're on the east side of the country.
Yeah.
It's never really sure. Like I said, I just remember it GMT -5.
Yeah, because Pacific and Atlantic is always 1 hour behind.
Anyway, so instead of, when Aruto goes hopping Kangaroo, instead of an actual CGI kangaroo, we get the shitty little drawing from the book.
I'm like, I get it, because it's a hyper battle video, but like...
We don't got budget!
But like, because like, you see like the Drive hyper battle video, like, they did a full-on transformation for fucking type high speed. And I was like, yeah, there you go. Like, look at that. But what I don't understand is, why is it like turquoise blue? Like, it's a weird color scheme.
I don't know.
But yeah, so we get it says the 4th dimension of space, hopping kangaroo, and then like...
I am so glad that I didn't spoil myself on what the fuck hopping kangaroo does, because Jesus Christ did it
it's like its pouch has infinite possibilities.
I heard it say that, and I was like,
What's that mean?
What's that mean?
I was expecting him to, like, pull out weapons.
Yeah, same.
I wasn't expecting him to pull out the fucking sushi chef robot!
Right. His head fucking comes out! What's up, Aruto Sacho? Ah!
That's where the CGI budget went!
Yeah, definitely.
Holy shit!
And
Head pops out. Hi, Mr. President! Ah!
Yep. Yeah, there was a bit of a fuck up with the translation. The James speak that happens for hopping kangaroo, it's actually infinite odds, but the translator said, the subs say infinite possibilities.
Oh.
Yeah. So, he pulls fucking Ikon Nigiro out of the fucking tiny-ass pocket in his stomach, and he immediately sets to work hammering shellfish for sushi, because that apparently lets hopping kangaroo sync with him.
Because the Magia's a shellfish.
Yep.
So 01, here's a hammer. Okay.
But it was giving me that Gaim hyper battle video vibe where it was like, oh, like Gaim learned how to like sweep up trash and stuff, and he was able to like beat Zangetsu with that.
That's a lot of pomp and circumstance when they could have just went, here's a hammer.
Okay, we'll have to throw this into the thumbnail, just like
God
with different human gears.
So yeah, he switches to Oniko, and then 01 pulls out Mamoru to shine a flashlight because bats are nocturnal. And then the Magia switches to Gairu, and it starts shooting its children, and then 01 pulls out fucking Matsurita Zed because they turn it into a rhythm game where you have to smack the baby frogs with your fan to kill them, I guess.
Yeah, and like Sel was here watching with us, and he's just like, see, I get the first two, but like, what's the third one? It's weird.
It's like, they're like arrows in a rhythm game.
So then, like, Jin decides, like...
I can't believe this is the legacy Ansatsu has left us with.
And then Jin, like, he decides that he's getting, like, upset that, like, his new friend's getting his ass kicked, so he transforms to Kamen Rider Jin. And then, like, he just gets blasted by Vulcan, and Vulcan...
I fucking love that he transforms and then immediately just gets BOW! Right in the fucking back!
And Vulcan's just like if, you should go down the notes quickly.
He was like, don't underestimate me because it's my fucking day off.
Yeah, because it's my day off, like, don't mess with me.
I'm getting paid overtime to kick your ass!
Yeah. So it was nice seeing shooting Wolf Vulcan, so I like that.
And we saw him use the trapping spider key to generate a web.
Trapping spider should have been a Horby form, like, I swear to God.
This was very useful. Let's never use it again.
And fucking, like, later you see, like...
Kun episode.
Yep.
Later you see, like, Jin and Fua, like, trapped in, like, the spider web on the ground, but, like, clearly you can see that they can get
They're
up
not tied
easily.
to it.
But they're like, ah! And, like, freaking Fua's like, that's not Jin right? And Jin's like, ah, Vulcan!
Yeah.
Like, he's trying to struggle to get up to get away, and Fua's, like, struggling to get up to try to get at Jin, so that was really funny.
I will say I really enjoyed Hopping Impact. That
Yes!
was a pretty nice Hisatsu.
That was pretty fucking dope. I just like the rapid of punches, because, like, I like the concept of, like, a punching kangaroo and stuff like that. That's why, again, referencing Tekken, there is a boxing kangaroo named Roger, and then later we get Roger Jr.
Yeah. Neo 7, they will never explain it. Never. This is a proud tradition.
Oh god, he's like Frieza, he has 4 forms.
Yeah.
This is a proud tradition. Like Drive type high speed.
Yep.
Drive type high speed.
Like Hyper Attack.
Decade with that weird Decade bazooka thing that he had that one time.
It is a proud tradition of Hyper Battle videos that we get a brand new form that you will never see again and will never be mentioned.
Like Wizard Falco Buffa and Beast Landdragon.
O's Kangaroo combo.
O's
he had
also
a leg
Kangaroo.
form and a chest form, which I actually liked.
That's cheating. But yeah, so after the fight...
New Gates? That's right.
I love that after the fight, Zero One has this really heartfelt, like, thank you speech to the 3 Humagears who saved him, and then when he unhensions, they vanish because they were imaginary.
They were never there.
They were never there.
Or I just like to think that the power went away, so they just got ported back to wherever the fuck they came from.
I feel like that's what it's supposed to be, but I just love the idea of, no, they were imaginary. They came from the 4th dimension.
And then they put the Hopping Kangaroo progress key in the case, and we never see it again.
Where it will remain for eternity, never to be used.
Cue that scene from the end of, I think, Raiders of the Lost Ark with the warehouse.
Oh yeah. Oh, we got handled by top men. Oh, really? Who? Top men.
And Aruto proceeds to tell Izu that she is the Nakama-est of all.
Aww. Izu's the Nakama in our hearts. Izu's a beautiful lesson of the Nakama we made along the way.
The real Nakama were the friends we made along the way? Yes, that is what that means.
7, stop it.
Yeah, that.
I know what you're fucking saying.
So did I, the second I read it in my head.
I'm just like looking at it, like...
Isn't that with a P?
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's definitely what they're going for.
Yeah. So, the Taro special. I enjoyed this far more.
No, it was just amazing showing Cell, who's never seen Taro before.
Oh, yeah, and we showed him how they're actually selling his abs.
And, like, we showed him that, and he was sitting in my gaming chair and just sunk to the floor. And
literally, almost dumped the chair on his head.
This whole episode, I was about in the same place. Just like, oh my god, make it end.
It's basically a competition of who Fua finds funnier and who's the better comedian, Taro or Aruto.
Which is bullshit, because he totally frigging was only laughing at Aruto and not the other guy.
No,
but he couldn't let on that he actually finds Aruto funny.
And then he was being an asshole and just chose fucking Taro the whole time.
You biased
Taro! All Taro can make is power jokes! That's all he can do!
The thing is, like, it's also that, but it's also the fact that he was super biased, because round 1, his answer was themed around Punching Kong. Round 2 was themed around Rampage Vulcan. So I'm like, also, you're a biased motherfucker. But man, the funniest part ever was like after each round, and you just see Fua crumpling to the floor, and you just hear punching.
And like I like when he gets hit with the pun, you hear like the shot rise, like shot noise. Yep. I love that.
Just this shot of like before they start, him yelling to himself like, "Oh my God, don't they know the funny bone?"
And like, yeah, it's like, why are you here? And he's just like, oh, Taro, like, there you go. That's part of the thumbnail.
There you
go.
Go.
But like, freaking, just like, oh, he took me from the gym, and you just see like Fua just being dragged by Taro from the gym.
We work out in the same gym, so I dragged him here because he said he didn't need laughter.
And I sit here just like, why does the human gear go to the gym?
Right?
What?
He's just there training other people.
He's built to be that way. He's built to be fucking ripped.
I gotta say, I fucking love just his fucking self-introduction. Fukkinhoukai, Taro desu!
And he just...
Am I the only one who heard that chime and was just like, man, did they just curse?
Oh, yeah!
Oh!
When they get to the best part...
The job key?
Yeah, the first time they pressed it, I was like, I'm sorry?
Just wow did the Fukkinhoukai Tarlo.
Wow did the James speak fuck that up. Fukkinhoukai Tarlo.
Sal just had like this bewildered look on his face, and he's just like, wait, I play that back, I gotta hear that again.
Right. I'm not entirely convinced they didn't just swear.
Comedian Fukkinhoukai Tarlo.
Tarlo! Like, okay, I get that R and L are the same letter in Japanese, so whenever you say one, sometimes you're gonna say the other. But what the fuck is your excuse for saying both? Tarlo!
Yeah.
That really got me.
And, like, Izu had some funny fucking, like, faces and moments, too. Because, like, she's precious.
I was just looking at my notes. There's one line where I was supposed to write, "Oh no, my funny bone," because it's Fua, but I apparently typoed it to, "Oh no, my gunny bone."
My gut, that's better. That's better. Well done.
Oh man.
So yeah, so like they complete the job key for Tarlo, and like Fua just does like the question that, like, you know.
Ooh, progress key. Can I use it?
Yeah, he answered the question all of us had on our minds, where it's like, can you use the job keys as like forms in the belts?
And the answer is
just
swift
immediately
no.
is like, no, you can't copy.
No, that's stupid, and you're dumb.
Well, I'm gonna try it, but it's stupid. He rips the key open first, then presses the button, and I'm like...
No, he pushed the button.
No, he pushed the button after he ripped it open. He did.
What I did notice is that when he rips the key open, it, like, lets out a lot of dust.
Yeah, like, it's just, like, dust or powder comes out of it, and I was like, what the fuck was that?
Fua, I think you actually broke it this time.
And so... That's what
it would look like!
That is fucking glorious! That's going in the thumbnail, too! That's great!
Oh, no!
That's too good!
That is in the thumbnail.
That's too good! That is fantastic!
Damn it, Decker.
Hellfire with the Toma face.
Yep.
That's great. Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh no! But yeah, like what's interesting is we can see what the keys sound like when they're put into drivers, because it says like "Dream Rise."
Yeah, Dream Rise.
And then he fires it, everyone dodges, and then the bullet hits one of the robot frames standing on the wall and turns him into a clone of Taro. Fukkinhoukai Jiromes!
And I just love fucking Aruto chimes in with just like, Fukkinhoukai Aruto desu!
That's when he promptly gets slapped in the face.
Oh, man.
Or should have.
And then they just proceed to both just fucking shoot their abs everywhere. Shoot their abs.
And that's when we discovered that their abs regenerate.
Yeah.
Oh god, they've got infinite ammo!
Like, I'm almost tempted that we should all just buy in on one of his abs and just have it. And just be proud that we have it.
I don't want a robot ab.
No, but if we all pull in money, it'll be super cheap for us. Oh, I think that'd be fun.
But why? I don't even consider that a trophy. It's just a tiny slab of fake flesh.
It's fucking Horkai Tarlo.
I apologize in advance for the joke I'm about to make. It's just a tiny slab of flesh. You can't even fuck it.
Oh boy.
Oof.
I'm so glad Emily's not here.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to go in on something more worthwhile, let's go in on the fucking $200 slab of plastic that is the Zaya spec.
No, I don't want the. I want the Zaya spec, but I'm not paying $200 for it. That's ridiculous.
Even on Premium Bandai USA, it's $200.
It doesn't do anything. It's just a thing you put on your fucking glasses, and that's it. It's so disappointing. I'm not paying $200 for that. I'm paying $200 for the fucking VS Memorial set, which comes with a fucking properly painted gun, both dial fighter and trigger machine, a bunch of stills and stuff, and it's a really nice box, and I really love it. That's worth $200. The Zaya spec is not worth $200. It's bullshit.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was so upset of how expensive it is. I like Zaya.
So yeah, Taro special, hilarious.
Oh, fucking Ryder just does not disappoint with these funny specials. They're great. Like Bibaru Gates was so fucking blast.
This
I can't. Oh yeah, Bill the fucking Kuma TV special, that was fucking hilarious, and Canon, which was cool. So that was nice.
This perfectly, as I say every time we talk about something like this perfectly encapsulates what I said during our FAQ special that I love about Toku is the jarring juxtaposition between its seriousness and its comedy.
Like, again, the fucking Pima joke just kills you.
Pima!
You love that.
Yeah, alright, so that is Castranger for this week.
Pretty short one to usual, but we'll be back in full strength next week. So Jikai Leia Sentai Castranger.
Since Gar is going to be back with us next week, we will be doing our Sentai topic for the month, which is going to be Taiyo Sentai Sun Vulcan.
Sun Vulcan. Ooh.
Episodes 1 to 3.
Yeah, the legendary, really good show us Sentai that's about a 3-man team, and they stay a 3-man team the whole fucking way.
That's neat.
Yeah.
And we will put up another poll also, once again, for what we're going to talk about next week.
Is it going to be more Symphogear? Is it going to be more Goseiger?
Fucking vote for more Symphogear, because I kind of actually want to watch it a bit more. Watch it. Let's vote Symphogear.
And now that we've run at least one of these polls successfully, can I just say I am genuinely shocked and also proud that everyone didn't rally up and vote for Bakugan. I know that now that I've said that, they're probably going to do it, and I will not honor it if you do.
We have to. It's the rules of the poll. We have to honor the poll. It's what the fans want. Yeah, poor Blaziken. The one time we were considering putting Bakugan on the thing, and he's like, "No, fuck!"
I never said I was considering it. I'm just saying that I'm amazed and proud that everyone didn't.
Blaze is gonna do that. He's gonna rally a bunch of fans together to talk about Bakugan, and then he's gonna make us talk about Bakugan.
Don't worry, Vegas. I voted for Skullman also.
I voted for Goseiger.
I voted for Goseiger too, but I want to watch more Symphogear because
don't blame me. I voted for.
I am all sorts of on board for talking.
I gotta say,
Symphogear.
I'm surprised Symphogear won because through most of the week I checked it once a day and Goseiger was winning up until 2 days ago.
No, every time I checked, it looked like Symphogear was tied with Goseiger, and then a couple days ago I looked and Symphogear actually had a good number more votes, and I'm like, oh hey, cool.
7, if you want Precure, vote for it in the poll.
Also, as I've noticed, we probably do need to find a new polling website.
Yeah, you had some bad luck.
I had some bad luck with that one.
Yeah, there's a bit of a hiccup, which was really stupid. So
yeah, long story short, we need to find another one that actually is user account so we can moderate certain answers.
If anyone listening knows another website where we can run open polls like the one we did last week, but in a format where we can moderate and remove answers if we need to.
If people decide to be really, really bad about things.
Yeah. Anyways, that is about it for now. As usual, the primary source of our hijinks is castranger.popping.com. From there, you can find our Facebook page where I post our thumbnails, our Twitter account where you can find the polls for the next episodes, our Discord where you can chat with all these cool people and listen to the show live Friday nights 9 p.m. Eastern.
And our Twitch where we occasionally stream stuff, and I've started doing that as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
And probably will be doing more of that this weekend.
Yep. Well, yeah, we're going to be streaming some Phantasy Star Online 2 on Saturday.
Okay.
Yup, my first MMO in a long time. The last one I played was Star Wars: The Old Republic, which I'm amazed, me being the Star Wars fan that I am, I haven't played that more.
Yeah, and so that'll all be going up on the Ixie Studios channel, not the Castranger channel.
Yes.
And of course our Patreon, where you can pledge to help us make the show better for you. And that'll do it for another week.
Yep. Remember, Rebel Lane is always watching you. So obey the Toku law.
Thank you for listening, watching, liking, favoriting, sharing, subscribing, being awesome. Drop us a like and post in the comments. Let us know what you thought if you watched Symphogear as well. Let us know who your favorite gear user is or one of your favorite moments from any of the episodes. Let us know what you thought in general. Thanks again, and we'll see you next week.
Goodbye!